Who said Narendra Modi? I want.
Harish Salve said Narendra Modi. Yes.
Yeah, I've been wanting to reply to Mr. Salve for a long time. May I?
Yes, please.
I will answer this. I will answer this.
Go ahead.
I want to say one thing, that the good governance and the sterling work done by our chief ministers in both Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, various states is too well known. Kindly do not compare them to the dismal governance and corruption of the Congress-led states or the center party in the center. I mean, even a blind man can see the difference. There might be aberrations in large states, but doesn't mean that the chief minister is corrupt. Let me finish, please.
Okay, complete.
I beg your pardon? What about?
What about Karnataka?
I'm not comparing anybody.
What about Karnataka? Asked Hanumanta Rao.
Karnataka. I keep telling you, Karnataka, Yediyurappa has stepped down. You keep on gade murde nikal rahe hain. Aap kis side pe baithe hain? Mr. Salve asked these questions to the ministers at the center. You have not never asked a single question about them. I have noticed this on every show. I mean, it makes me shows bias of a certain kind.
Okay, Harish Salve is responding to Kiran Kher, Harish Salve.
Let me finish.
According to me,
first let me finish, then he can answer.
There's a lot of corruption in the center.
You are welcome. You are welcome, darling. You are welcome to have and make them sit on dharna and ask for an SIT, and I'll give it to you in writing that Shivraj Chauhan will give you a go-ahead for it. He's an extremely honest, hard-working, upright chief minister. Please don't take his name in the same breath as you take it with the other people, just for the sake of argument. And Mr. Narendra Modi is a shining example of good governance and non-corruption. If you're going to pick up little bits here and there, like that, every state has some problem. India has a problem. India, the people, that is why we want the Jan Lokpal bill. So
no, you
that
see,
corruption can be weeded
if brinkmanship is effective,
whether
1 minute, Kiran Kher, 1 second. Please, if brinkmanship is effective as an instrument of politics, then why is there brinkmanship?
This is not brinkmanship. This is my honest opinion.
No, but you see, the BJP gets no point of view. I don't know what the official position of the BJP is. If I were to ask a question today, is the BJP for...
Ask me, I'll tell you.
Does the BJP believe that Team Anna has the legitimate right in every state and in every central government to coerce the central government into following a path, otherwise fasts are the only route out? If you were to take that position today, maybe India against corruption in Hyderabad should be doing something against someone else. Maybe India against corruption in Bangalore should be doing something against somebody else. You're facing a charge. If you face a charge of bias...
I'm really sorry. I need to get into this.
The Jan Lokpal bill can only be given by the center. And the center is the people that they have to sit on dharna against. We are in the opposition.
Why they are not.
And yet we have supported them.
Arunabh, I want...
Harish Salve respond.
Let's move this from persons. I want to clarify one thing.
Yeah, go on.
Arunabh, the point is this. Some people wanted an SIT against Modi. They went to court. The court examined the matter and it has dealt with it in a particular way. That's the way to deal with these problems. What if somebody was to say, I will sit on hunger strike, you have an SIT against Modi? I mean, this is not the way to solve the problems of the country. There are, if you are so sure that you have clear evidence of wrongdoing against a minister,
what is your solution?
There have been orders.
What do you suggest?
So many cases.
Mr. Salve, if I can ask you a question.
What does the preceding speaker suggest? And what has he done? What is his solution?
Please answer this question. What happened to all those corrupt ministers in all these 64 years? How many of them have gone to jail? Since you know how to solve the problems in the country, please answer me. How many corrupt ministers have gone to jail? How is the current system has been effective in curbing corruption? Absolutely not. Zilch, nada. So please don't sit over here and tell us this is the way we should solve the problems in the country. Whatever you're saying hasn't worked, Mr. Salve. That is why we are desperately trying to get the...
So you think hunger strikes are going to work? So you think hunger strikes are going to work?
We are trying to put ourselves in danger so that we can let the government know we are ready to sacrifice ourselves to make the country pure.
No,
make it corrupt free.
Who bears?
Arnab, I have an idea.
Let me rephrase this.
Arnab, I have an idea.
Let me rephrase this. Shazia, before you come up with your idea, I have a question
Arnab, I have
here.
an idea.
Yes, we have been fighting against
No.
I want to suggest,
government
I have an idea.
to pass this general bill. What are they doing? They're putting one committee after another committee. They spat on us when they did this whole drama in the parliament coming and tearing the bill. Now what they are doing is 8 days of fast is going on. They're not even coming and addressing the issue. Now they're just, I'm sorry to say this, they're just pissing on the people of the country without having the courtesy.
Let's not get.
They just don't care about the people anymore.
1 second, Chandra Mohan, please. Stay with those pictures of Mr. Kejriwal. Shazia, you have an idea? Okay, go ahead with your idea, and then I have a point to make after your idea.
For the sake of transparency, I have an idea, and I've been a journalist myself, and I think I'll suggest this to BEA as well. All the panelists you get, whether they're lawyers or journalists, can you also tell us as to which are the corporate interests, what they kind of represent? Can you also tell the viewers as to what the political affiliations are? It'll make the debate more interesting, and it'll be better for the public, because they should know who are these people who are speaking against the bill, what is the vested interest, which are the parties they represent, which are the corporate interests they represent. I think for the sake of transparency, there should be something.
I think Mr.
It'll be clear. It'll be clear, and I will make the suggestion.
Shazia.
Fast for that.
Okay. Tonight on the Newshour, I will not say anything. Mr. Harish Salve has understood that you are pointing at him. I introduced Harish Salve as a corporate lawyer, and I don't know if he's joined a political party yet, but he can answer to you himself. Yes.
Which corporate parties?
1 minute, let him answer for himself, Razia.
There was your Neera Radia tape.
Let him answer. No, let him answer for himself. Yeah. Thank you.
When you have no answer to the message, you challenge the messenger. That's fine. That's all right. It's a very old ploy.
Okay. The question goes to the
discussion is about the Lokpal bill. The discussion is about the criticism. Or the discussion is about who's leveling.
No, the question is about.
I don't consider it necessary to answer this young
Mr. Salve, let me say that the question tonight is about the situation that we are in, and on this, my question goes to Vinod Sharma. That we are in a situation today, whether we like it or not, whether Narayan Swamy runs away from our camera or Arvind Kejriwal accuses the government, we are in a situation. The situation is this: on whom is the onus of law and order? I'd say, Vinod Sharma, the responsibility, the onus is more on the government at this point of time. Can they afford to be indifferent any longer?
You see, I mean, the law and order has to be maintained by the government, and of course, if they persist with their hunger strike, they'd be evicted from there. Under the law, they would be evicted. They may make a big issue of it, which they will, I'm sure, but they'll have to be evicted. But the positions on both sides have hardened so much. And may I tell you one thing, Arnab, and I want to make this point, that you should not make this program a forum for, launching tirade, hurling abuses,
absolutely.
Questioning the integrity of other people. I mean, I can also turn back and question the integrity of many people, but that's not the way to debate. I mean, if you want to come to a determination, if you want a solution, then you would have to have this basic respect for each other. I mean, one of the most prominent lawyers of this country, and he happens to be a corporate lawyer, the whole world knows it. He's being questioned. His integrity is being questioned because he has a point of view.
No.
Is it wrong in a democracy
to have a point of view? Let Vinod Sharma put his position.
Oh, let him point of view is suiting this party or that party, and that is why you are indebted to that party. I don't think this is the way to conduct a debate.
No, once.
And I request Shazia, whom I know very well, and also Ms. K, that look,
let's not talk about other things here.
This basic decency and basic etiquette has to be followed. And let us not transcend the line.
Listen, please. Mr. Chandra Mohan, listen.
Then we'll have all of us will ask who's coming for this debate, and whether this fellow is coming, then I'm not going to come, and whether that fellow is coming, I'm not going to come. It doesn't work that way.
No,
so let's respect each other. And I think that I would again reiterate that Team Anna has made its point. The ball is now in the court of Parliament. It is the property of Parliament, and you can legitimately go and now lobby with the Joint Select Committee. In the Rajya Sabha, the opposition has the majority. All the amendments have arisen in the Rajya Sabha.
That's true.
Get those, and I've heard, Shazia, listen to me, I've heard some people saying, that once the bill has been passed by Lok Sabha, nothing can be done. No. There is a huge opportunity still open where you can get this bill amended the way you want and send it back to Lok Sabha for reconsideration.
My question
is where the real test of the government will be.
My next question, Chandra Mohan, you must listen. You must listen.
It has a
Chandra Mohan, you must listen.
Whether or not it accepts
you must listen.
the version of the Rajya Sabha.
For better,
and you are buying an apple.
For Chandra Mohan, Mr. Chandra Mohan, for better or for worse,
I don't understand this logic, Arnav.
for better or for worse, I request you to listen. And Mr. Sharma, I respect you greatly. My only error today is in most unintentionally referring to Kiran Kher as Kiran Bedi, for which he's already forgiven me twice. My question is to TSR Subramaniam. Mr. Subramaniam, you've been Cabinet Secretary of India. In the initial part of this discussion, you had very strong views. You have expressed very strong views about, how governance is not bringing out solutions. I'm asking you tonight, sir, if you were Cabinet Secretary tonight, if you had a situation where Arvind Kejriwal's health is seriously being compromised, and you have a piece of paper where he says that, I will let the government or anyone step in if my life is endangered, what would you do? Would you let this fall off the precipice? Would you let Arvind Kejriwal continue to be untreated?
Arnav, you don't need that piece of paper. The law on attempted suicide is quite clear. That piece of paper is redundant. That's not the issue that we are discussing here. As usual, we are going round and round.
No, but it's very relevant to the situation
here today. If you ask me what I would do, what advice I would give to my Prime Minister, the issue that we're discussing is everybody in India has said we want a strong Lokpal. Forget SIT, deliberately we are not sidestepping the issues and going to side issues.
Correct.
Everybody says so. We have discussed the Lokpal for 2 years. We have now got here draft. There are 2 or 3 core issues outstanding.
Fine.
Which government should say, this is what we are willing to agree, this is what we are not willing to agree, and close the chapter.
One second.
Already Mr. Salve has said that he wants it.
But Mr. Subramaniam,
I believe independence must be there. But any independent agency in India becomes wild, and we cannot have the prosecutor and the judge
Mr. Subramaniam,
and therefore there should be a group of 3 or 4 eminent
but
men.
Mr. Subramaniam, but Mr. Subramaniam, let us then ask Shazia.
I'm going to
One minute. One small question here. The question was put here by TSR Subramaniam. Before I wrap up, last question here to Shazia. Shazia, tell me, if the government says we are talking about the Lokpal, but SIT is not happening right now. Are you saying SIT or nothing? Is that the final position tonight for Arvind Kejriwal to call off his fast?
Why we called for SIT is because we realize that Jan Lokpal bill is not happening because of vested interest and conflict of interest of parliamentarians and members of the executive. So if Jan Lokpal bill was really happening, then there was no need for this SIT probe or a demand for it. We were ready, we accepted Parliament's word for it, PM's word for it, when the Sense of House resolution was announced and declared. And it's only after that, when nothing happened, when the bill was sent from Lok Sabha to Rajya Sabha and from one committee to the other, we asked for this probe. We waited and we agreed and we abided by everything that was told to us in good faith.
I take your point for